Late one night, a Spanish fishing boat was battling a storm in the Mediterranean, about 60 kilometers off the southern coast of France. One of the crew members spotted someone floating in the water. After pulling him aboard, they discovered it was a young man with wounds on his body. The old captain cut open his wetsuit with a knife and removed the fragments that had caused his injuries. He also found a small lump embedded in the man's back, which turned out to be a tiny laser projector. When he switched it on, it displayed an account number for the Gemeinschaft Bank in Zurich. Under the old captain's care, the young man regained consciousness. After 2 weeks of rest on the boat, he had fully recovered physically. But what troubled him was that he couldn't remember anything, not who he was or what he used to do. He often stared out at the vast ocean, lost in confusion. When the fishing boat docked in Spain, the kind-hearted captain gave him some money. It wasn't much, but it was enough to get him to Zurich. The young man walked out of the harbor and wandered aimlessly through the streets before disappearing into the crowd. He took a train to Zurich. By the time he arrived at the Gemeinschaft Bank, it was already late at night. The bank was closed on that snowy evening, and with no ID to his name, he had no choice but to sleep on a park bench. 2 patrol officers woke him up and told him he couldn't sleep there. When they asked for his identification, he lied and said he'd lost it. The officers tried to take him to the station by force. The moment one officer's baton touched him, he instinctively grabbed it. With swift, expert movements, he took down both officers and disarmed them. He was shocked. He had no idea why he possessed such combat skills. Panicked, the man fled, shedding his coat as he ran, an instinctive move from his life as an agent that he didn't even realize he was making. The next day, still without his memories, he found a quiet corner where he could observe the street. He then walked into the Gemeinschaft Bank. Even while filling out the account information, he couldn't help but scan the exits and passageways around him. He was led into the vault area, where a staff member escorted him to a private room and placed a metal box on the table. The man drew the curtains tightly closed before opening it. The first layer contained colored contact lenses that could change his eye color, a watch, a transit pass, and an American passport. He opened the passport and felt a wave of relief wash over him. He finally had a name. It read Jason Bourne, with an address in Paris. He opened the second layer of the box and was startled to find a handgun, cash in various currencies, and several passports, each bearing his photo but a different name. He dumped everything into a bag to take with him, but left the gun behind in the box. As he returned the box and left, a middle-aged man watched him silently from a distance.